Hi there, Jan here, back with another real estate market update. And this time I'm covering the hot topics of recessions and interest rates. So I know everyone is worried about interest rates pushing us into a recession. And everything is tenuous right now, and we are not sure what it's going to look like. Although we know that it will almost certainly not look anything like 2008 because we still have a housing shortage, significant shortage. However, one thing to keep in mind is that real estate is almost always the industry to pull us out of a recession. The Fed uses interest rates as a tool to stimulate the economy, and interest rates go down after they go up, an average of 1.8% down, as shown on this graph. So the blue line here is interest rates since the 70s. The gray vertical bars are the points in time where we've experienced an economic recession. And then the yellow boxes are where interest rates went down, which resulted in the economy expanding again, pulling us out of a recession. And now another reminder to you that recession does not equal housing crisis. It just means fewer buyers, more inventory, longer market times. It definitely does not necessarily or usually mean that values are going to drop. So in this graph, it summarizes the effect of housing values on the last 6 recessions. The only one that had a significant effect on housing values was the one caused by the mortgage crisis. It's also the most recent one that we all remember. In recessions, the volatility of the stock market causes investors to purchase more stable assets, aka real estate, which is why values can even sometimes go up during a recession. Prices are not going down. They just aren't going up at the same unprecedented rate as the past 2 years. Some experts are calling this the Great Deceleration. Now, I will remind you that when you are driving your vehicle and you downshift, you are still moving forward, just not as quickly. You're definitely not moving backwards. So it also helps to remember that when you are driving 100 miles per hour and you slow down to 70 miles per hour, as soon as you see that police officer, it feels like you are crawling, but you are still moving faster than the speed limit. So just keep in mind that this downshift in the housing market just feels a lot slower than it is just because of where we have come from. This graph shows updated predictions of several different mortgage experts across the industry, and they are still predicting higher than average home value increases nationally. They're still quite higher than normal equity gains of previous years of 3 to 5%, which is considered normal and average. Finally, I just wanted to go over the amount of inventory that we currently have in our current market. And we still have historically low inventory, lower than we had in 2018 and 2019, the last years that we considered normal. So this graph is from my local MLS, and it includes Southeast Michigan and even a bigger portion of Michigan as a whole. So basically, this is months of inventory. If we were to take a snapshot of every property that is currently on the market and no new properties came on the market, how long would it take to sell what is currently on the market? How many months? So as you can see, that really big bump on the left side of the screen, that is 2008. It's 17 months of inventory. It took 17 months to sell everything that was on the market. We are significantly lower than that today. And in fact, we are still significantly lower than 2018 and 2019. So just keep in mind, these are the reasons that we are not going to see a big drop in real estate values, is because inventory is still at historic lows. If you are seeing price reductions of properties out in the market, it is not because their prices are going down. It is because they were overpriced. So every month that a new property would come on the market, it would try to outperform the last previous sale. So, and people were paying above asking, and they were paying to cover appraisal shortfalls, and that sort of thing isn't happening in the same capacity that it was before. So when you see a price reduction, it just means that that property was likely not priced appropriately to begin with. It does not mean that it will sell for less than the neighbor who closed the month before. We are tending to see properties that have strange floor plans or are not updated or have significant repairs needed. Buyers just aren't interested in those in the same capacity as they were before, so those are tending to sit longer on the market, whereas the properties that are staged well and in good shape and well updated, those are still attracting a lot of buyer interest. So if you tend to see properties that are staying on the market for longer, which is very normal now, it is because buyers are taking their time to find a property. They're not as much in a rush. They know that they have more options, and so they don't feel the need to, have to go see the property the day that it goes on the market and then put in an offer. It's not as much of a manic situation. It's normal, and we just haven't been used to that for the past couple of years, but we should get used to it. So thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you tuning into every single one of my market updates. If you want to talk about the market with me, feel free to reply to the email and give me some feedback. I always love to hear from you, and I hope you have a great day.